gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there.
Butt beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
At the press conference, Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, issued a sharp warning to Canelo Alvarez, insisting that size and weight will mean nothing on fight night. He reminded everyone that Crawford has consistently taken on bigger opponents throughout his career and beaten them with ease. Confident and unapologetic, Bomac declared that Canelo is in serious trouble because it won't be size that decides this fight, but Crawford's unmatched skills, ring IQ, and relentless mindset.
Matchup with Canelo.
Bud beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bomac?
What?
Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
Bomac speaks with absolute certainty whenever he talks about Terence Crawford's chances in this fight. To him, this isn't just another contest. It's the moment to cement Crawford as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. He stresses that Crawford has been locked in at the gym, leaving no room for excuses, no corners cut. In Bomac's eyes, preparation is what separates true champions from ordinary fighters, and Crawford's discipline proves why he's at the peak of the sport. For Team Crawford, this isn't just about winning, it's about making history in front of the entire world.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 30th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Reports of Canelo Alvarez struggling with Jaron boots, Ennis and Sparring have stirred major debate across the boxing world. Ennis, often compared stylistically to Terence Crawford, is known for his slick defense, sharp counters, and fast feet. If Canelo reportedly had difficulty handling that style in a controlled sparring session, then how much tougher will it be when he faces the real thing against Crawford under the bright lights? Of course, sparring is not the same as a championship fight, but patterns matter. And for Crawford's supporters, this rumor only strengthens their belief that he has the exact tools to expose Canelo's vulnerabilities when it truly counts.
World, when we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
In response to the sparring rumors, Brian Bomac McIntyre was quick to shut down the comparisons between Jaron Boots, Ennis, and Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Ennis's talent, Bomac made it clear Crawford is on a completely different level. No sparring partner, no matter how skilled, can truly replicate what Crawford brings to the ring. He explained that Crawford's blend of experience, adaptability, and mental sharpness makes him unique, impossible to imitate. Bomac emphasized that Crawford's greatness isn't just about speed or slick movement, but about intelligence under pressure. His firm rejection of the Ennis narrative was a reminder of his unshakable belief that Crawford's individuality will shine through, proving why he stands apart when the real fight begins.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to that.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Boxing analyst Ade Oladipo voiced concerns about Crawford's decision to bulk up significantly for the Canelo fight. He argued that boxing has never been purely about size. It's about finding the perfect balance between skill, speed, and power. According to Oladipo, adding too much weight too quickly could backfire, slowing Crawford down or disrupting the natural rhythm that makes him so dangerous. Crawford's fluid movement and sharp reflexes are his greatest weapons, and the risk is that adjusting his body unnaturally just to match Canelo's size could dull those advantages. While fans admire Crawford's ambition to step up in weight, Oladipo reminds us that even great preparation carries its own risks, especially when it comes to altering the very qualities that define a fighter's brilliance.
Was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that made, I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And where he's just skinny, he's like wiry, he's very much Tommy Hearns. Now...
Oh, have you seen him? He's
now
massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Which there's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. And he lost. But Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards offered a more measured perspective on the Ennis-Canelo sparring talk. He acknowledged that Crawford is well aware Jaron Boots Ennis has shared the ring with Canelo and that Ennis carries genuine power. But instead of letting that create doubt, Crawford uses it as fuel for preparation. Edwards emphasized that Crawford's confidence isn't shaken by outside noise. What defines him is his ability to adapt when it matters most, inside the ring. In fact, knowing that Canelo has worked with a fighter of Ennis's style only sharpens Crawford's camp, forcing them to prepare for those looks in training. For Edwards, this is exactly where Crawford thrives, turning potential distractions into motivation and showing the mental toughness that separates champions from the rest.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
A common talking point among fans and analysts centers on Canelo's natural size advantage. Supporters of Alvarez argue that his proven strength at higher weight classes will be too much for Crawford to handle. They question whether a fighter who started his career at lightweight can truly withstand the punishment from a naturally bigger, stronger opponent. At the heart of the debate is a clash between physicality and skill. Critics of Crawford's chances insist that no matter how talented he is, there comes a point where physics takes over, and Canelo's heavy shots could simply be too much to absorb. For this camp, stepping up against such a powerful fighter feels like a bridge too far.
Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man. Too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another layer to the debate centers on Canelo's vast experience at the highest level. Analysts often point out that he has shared the ring with nearly every style imaginable, from slick movers to heavy-handed brawlers to defensive specialists. His resume is stacked with championship rounds under the brightest lights, and that history brings a level of composure few fighters can match. Experience often dictates how a fighter responds to adversity, and Canelo has consistently shown resilience throughout his career. Supporters of Alvarez argue that when you combine this wealth of knowledge with his natural size and strength, you get a challenge unlike any other. For them, it's not just about power, It's about the edge that comes from years of navigating boxing's biggest stages, something they believe could tilt the balance heavily in Canelo's favor against Crawford.
There's things about like being in camp with Canelo, it's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Some voices in the boxing world express real conflict about this matchup. On one hand, they admire Crawford for daring to chase greatness and stepping into territory where few would risk their legacy. On the other, they question whether Canelo is the right opponent to truly showcase Crawford's brilliance. The hesitation isn't about Crawford's talent. It's about the physical disadvantage that could overshadow his skill set. Critics argue that Crawford had other potential paths to cement his place among the all-time greats without taking on someone so much naturally bigger. Still, even with those concerns, many acknowledge that this fight brings Crawford unprecedented global visibility and financial reward, making it both a risk and an opportunity unlike anything else in his career.
High guard?
High
Okay,
guards,
okay.
man.
Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol. He's got Benavidez. He's got all these other legitimate 168, 175-pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're going to go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as a talent as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not.
Okay.
Because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound-for-pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same thing.
Like that, same thing?
He's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight these up-and-coming 168, 165 to 175-pound guys.
Bomac doesn't frame this fight as a simple clash of size and strength. He frames it as a battle of intellect. His breakdown emphasizes the finer details of boxing. Timing can neutralize raw power, and speed can offset natural size. For him, Crawford's brilliance lies in his ability to adjust moment by moment, transforming into a moving puzzle that few opponents can ever solve. His mantra, "Skills pay the bills," isn't just a catchy phrase. It's the foundation of Crawford's entire career. And it's that philosophy that fuels the belief that while Canelo may bring experience and power, Crawford's mastery of the sport's subtleties gives him every chance to defy the odds.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and the nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays the bills. You got to have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
that's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to get that win, right?
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more deep dives, breakdowns, and all the latest from the world of boxing. Until next time, keep your eyes on the ring.